painting tonight. I was actually thinking of doing some other stuff, but I might save that for our TikTok. Oh Jesus. Of course. So yeah, so we're doing some more 40K painting. You know what? I can make a different video. All right, you know what we're gonna do it out here because I gotta get my addiction out. So, not only are we gonna work on Space Marines and Tyranids for painting, which is gonna be our 40K offerings for tonight, but I promised you guys I would do a little bit more of Lorcana stuff. And here it is. I did get the last theme deck that I did not pick up the first time round. Again, if you guys are not familiar with Lorcana, I wanted to do a little bit of pack unboxings because I do want to start playing this game a little bit and kind of reviewing it on the channel. So I don't know what you guys think of that, but we are going to paint, I want to assure you, some Tyranids and our custom Space Marine orcs. So I definitely want to, we're going to get into those as well. So we're going to have hopefully a longer show. I'm sorry that we started a half hour late. I feel like, I hope you guys are not angry with us for not doing a show last night. I just was super tired. I've been beaten up by this week. So I did take a pause for the show last night. I hope that's not going to hope that doesn't make us not see our friends come on back, but I know it is tough. I don't know if we actually have a little bit more of a delay too, because now I'm doing multi-streaming. So we've been testing and demoing that all week, which has somewhat worked, I think. Actually, this is intriguing. There we go. Cool. All right. So we are live. Okay. You go to my stream manager. Sorry, guys. As always, I feel like it's only fitting for me to have problems. That's so funny. All right. So, like I said, we're gonna do some Lorcana unboxings because I just think that it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm super into this game. I'm totally down for it. And just want to see how things go. Oh, is it saying my stream is unstable? Nah, we look like we're good. Why is my bitrate nothing? Sorry guys, hold on. This is why I always check my stream out. Because on my end, it looks like everything's okay. I feel like our audio is the thing that suffers when our bitrate is bad. But you guys let me know what you think. But we are going to do some Tyranids, and we will do, of course, our custom orcs. I've been getting rain for the last couple of days, so I've not been able to prime the rest of the orcs that we've done. And my hobby store doesn't have any Gretchen in stock, so I can't do that. But they did have some more Lorcana. We did a video by itself. I actually could not. I have to edit it because we had an error in the video, and I have to edit it out to then get the VOD up. So it's the one time I don't have a VOD of what we did. But I thought I'd do a little bit here. Unfortunately, I was not able to get additional boosters. Hopefully when the game comes out, because this was the pre-release, I'm hoping when the game comes out in September, which is very soon, I'll be able to secure a larger amount of it. But we did open live about 17 boosters, so it was a lot of boosters, and we pulled a lot of really cool cards. Like I said, I'm just excited to get started playing the game. So we're gonna go through this. So this is a theme deck. I thought it'd be kind of cool to open. The way that the theme decks are, of course, they are pre-constructed decks. What's kind of cool with this game is that you always make decks with two of the quote-unquote colors or elements. It has a very like magic-y feel to it. It's a 60-card deck. Each one of these just have two foils in it, so you get foiled versions of the two like main themes of the deck. So in one case, we're gonna get Moana. The other case, we're gonna get the Mickey. That is a version of Mickey. There are, of course, lots of versions of Mickey in here. Some reimagined, some Mickeys you know, and you'll see that's a theme in the cards. And then, of course, you get one booster pack in here that is to jazz up and to customize your deck. At this point, I now own all 3 of the theme decks and my boosters that I unpacked and got going. So I'm excited. But yeah, it's a 60 card deck that you got to make, and I believe in this game you cannot go over 60 cards. So it's unlike Magic in that regard, that you can do decks bigger than 60 cards. But we're gonna do a little bit of Lorcana unboxing. It's kind of an opening to our painting video. I know it's kind of weird to do painting videos like that, but we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna paint up our Tyranids and our Space Orcs. So stick around for the cards. I want to introduce a little bit of this in the channel because we're going to start doing TCG focused videos as I get more packs, because I intend to collect the hell out of this set. I'm a huge Disney fan. I'm a huge Magic fan. This is like all of it rolled into one. So let us know what the video quality and audio is like, and if this is the first time that you stop by, say hi. I made a comment about this the last time we unboxed the other 2 theme decks. I'm not overly impressed with Ravensburger's packaging. I think it's very minimal. I think they're trying to go for like an eco-friendly packaging, so I'm not gonna like knock them too much. But yeah, so Adventure Awaits, which we saw on the other ones. I'm not gonna read this because we read that the last time. But the Heart of Magic. In this starter deck, loyal amber glimmers unite to protect and support each other, while magical amethyst glimmers harness the powers of to archive your goals. Together, oh god, this hardy alliance may help you to uncover the secrets of Lorcana. By the way, I hope and pray to God that Disney makes a cartoon based on this game, because I think this is begging for that. So I hope that happens at some point. Here's a look of the deck list. Again, from a package standpoint, I just think the packaging is kind of ugly. I do like the foil, and obviously I love the artwork in this game, and it's a single player starter deck, so this gives you a starter deck that you are ready to go with. And then you have 1 pack inside of here. So, oh man, I have yet to figure out a good way to open this. So we're gonna look at the contents of the box. So a couple of things I really do like. I do like that they have the deck itself wrapped in wax paper. I think that's a really nice touch. You get a booster pack, a quick rule sheet, a paper playmat, and tokens, which I've gotten a set of these in each of those. So again, token wise, not too impressive. I don't know if they have, because they had fat packs as well. I don't know if the fat packs are a little bit better. Like if they're like Pokemon where they give you better tokens in the fat pack, they might do that. But a quick rule for Lorcana, and I will say the rules, I like the approach this game takes. I know this is not a Warhammer thing, but if you're a Lorcana fan or have seen this game, this is Disney making a TCG game to kind of take on Magic, which I think is insane, but they're going to try. I think it's still crazy. But they, what was I going to say? I don't know if they do better tokens than that, but this is, I do like that they do have videos for all the phases of play and an overall play video. So I think it's a very accessible game to play, and really learn how to play, which I think is very cool. Paper mat's not much to look at. It's just a very, very simple, I mean, they literally made a mat that's only like, put your deck here, put your discard here, put your in-play cards, put that. So I'm going to be making some custom play mats for this game. And I'm working on trying to partner with a company so I can produce them. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to produce, like, so I know people are going to ask me right off the bat, can you sell the playmats? I can't, because this would be like Disney content. So I think this is going to be one of those things that I'm going to like have on my Patreon. So as like just free post and like fan art, because like I don't want to get like sued. I'm gonna make a couple of different playmats, so I'm gonna start doing that. And I think we're gonna start doing that as part of our art content, because I did talk about how we're gonna start having art content and painting content. Because a lot of you guys that watch have talked about you. I don't know if many people know this, but the graphic that you see on the lower left-hand corner, that is my original artwork. That is my logo for my channel. I drew that. So we actually have the ability to do that, so I want to do more. Awesome. Okay. I think I'm talking too much about the Lorcana cards. You guys are like dipping in at me and like, he's not painting chaos. Get the hell off my stage. All right, we're going to do this quick. So we're going to undo our wax paper. Now, a lot of these cards I showed. I'm going to hold off on these. All right, so these cards we saw last time. So we got Ariel in our booster packs, just so you guys can see. So the idea is that you have creatures, just like in Magic, and the creatures have attack and defense. The only difference is with these characters, you'll see that they have these markers. So you can tap them to find lore. The idea of the game is to get up to 20 lore. So creatures in this game, they don't attack. You don't attack players directly, but you can play cards that'll make players lose lore, all that stuff. We have Cinderella, which actually, did we get Cinderella? I don't think we got Cinderella in there. Which is, this character counts as a cost 5 to sing songs, singer 5. So there, the action cards are songs, which is kind of a cool, fun way to do this. Hades, we did not get him last time. So he is a rare in the pack, which is kind of cool. I do like that the theme decks do come with rares, which is a nice touch. We did get him last time. Oh, this is cool. This actually is going to complete a lot of cards I didn't get the last time. Maximus, kind of a reimagined Maximus from Tangled. I'm not going to go through the cards. We got some basic Mickeys. Actually, these are uncommon Mickeys. We did get this mini in our packs. We did get this Stitch. We got a few of these in our packs. We got a few of these in our packs. So far, these are all pretty much replete. So part of your world, we did not get that in our pack. A character with cost 3 or more can tap to sing the song. So that means that they can play the song without paying the cost for it. Cost is always in the top of the card. Return a character card from your discard pile to your hand, so it actually brings them back. We got Dinglehoppers. Ooh, we got a rare Dr. Facilier, which I didn't get last time, and he's got Shift 5. So he's a you can play him on top of another similar creature type to almost evolve him. So I always tell people, this is like, they took mechanics from a lot of games. We got another Flotsam. Ooh, we didn't get this Jafar last time. That's cool. Ooh, got some Jetsams. Got some Brooms, which I need those. We got some Maleficents. We got that last time. Olaf's. Oh, cool. So we got the Chameleon. Oh, wow. So we got, like, I think with this starter deck, I actually have almost the entire set of cards now. I didn't get Rafiki last time. He's got Rush, so like haste for my Magic fans out there. We got Sven last time. Wardrobe we got. We did get her and Friends on the Other Side, which is an action song. We didn't get that either. And this is draw 2 cards. That's pretty cool. So with this starter deck, I actually have probably completed the majority of this. I was actually hoping that Goofy the Musketeer was in here. He's not, but there's some good rares in here, which is pretty cool. And then you always get 2 foils in the starter decks, and the foil we got, so we got a foiled Mickey. This is an epic, which I'm so happy because I wanted a second one of these, and it's an epic, so it's a little harder to find. And then we got a Moana, which is funny because I think the one I got in my packs was also foiled. We can fix it, whatever this character quests. You may ready your other princess characters. So she's good if you're going to make like a whole princess deck, which I'm thinking of doing one of those. And then Mickey Mouse, Wayward Sorcerer, has animate brooms, pay 1 less for brooms. So you can basically chuck the brooms out for 0 casting. and then you can bring them back. So it kind of always gives you something in the way. So if you have something that'll give them bodyguard, which is a way for you to jump in front of stuff, that actually could be a good combo. All right, so I will put this starter deck there. My plan is to sleeve all the starter decks, play them as starter decks to get used to the mechanics of the game, and then start to play with actually like making my own deck. All right, so we did get a booster pack right now at my local gaming store. This is the only way to get a booster pack of Lorcana until it comes out. So I'm jonesing to open more packs, and this is all that I could have. I'm annoyed by that, but I also understand. This game is insane. The prices that people were selling stuff for, and I do not fault my local gaming store for doing that, because they had to buy a lot of additional product, which is really unfair to get the booster boxes. So they couldn't just buy booster boxes. My thought process for that is I think they were trying to control inventory so they can conserve for the full launch. But Lorcana, here it is. And we have one booster pack. So let's open and rip it. There are what are called enchanted rares here. So similar to Pokemon, there are secret rares that you can get. All right. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. All right, so we got Minnie, which I've gotten before. We got Sebastian, which I got before. Now I have so many of these Jetsam. These are all commons, by the way. We did Genie, which we've gotten plenty of at this point. Develop Your Brain. I've gotten at least 5 of these. Break, which we've gotten quite a few of those. Befuddled, I didn't get that many of. That's our first uncommon. Mother Knows Best, I've gotten a few of these. That's another uncommon. Basket of Coconuts, definitely got that multiple times. And then we get 2 rares per pack. I should have started off by saying that. I got Maleficent, so it's just a normal version of Maleficent. Which is not bad. It's a weenie. It's a 1/1, but it's quests for 2 Lorcana, so it gives you a nice early lead if you're trying to build up your Lorcana. And I believe the other Maleficent has shifting, so that's helpful. I pulled another epic, but it's a bad epic because you can get her Aurora in the other starter deck, so it's an epic that you can get many of by just buying a starter deck. So value-wise, definitely not going to recoup my expenses for this starter deck. And then our foil, which you always get 1 foil, which could also be an additional rare, was Maleficent. Just the normal Maleficent. So it's a 4 cast Maleficent. She's a 3/4 and quest for 2. Now what's interesting is that she's a Maleficent that's on the blue side. So you do have some characters that they have like a different what's the word? They are a different element version. So you can kind of have that character. I will say I do like in this game, and I was watching a developer interview. I do like that they consciously said they tried to make it so there are multiple versions of popular characters, so that like you as a player didn't feel bad that like if you wanted the really cool version of Mickey or you wanted a really cool version of Maleficent, like you'd have to find the rare, which a lot of games would have went that route. So we now have all 3 starter decks. I'm just gonna grab my Lorcana cards just so I keep everything organized. Yeah, I'm not like I'm not super happy with our polls, obviously. I would have preferred pulling better cards, but you know, it is what it is. You know, you can't control that. It's okay. There's definitely other cards I would have loved to have gotten, but I seem to have been very much in that vein of I just keep pulling epics of promo cards, which is semi annoying. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. Semi annoying. I will say I've gotten quite a bit of the rares, which is kind of nice, but I would have preferred if I had gotten other stuff. So we're gonna get to painting. Everyone who's tuning into the stream is like, "Are you kidding me?" Is there a reason that I put Moana? Yeah, Moana should be with Hades. I don't know why I did that. All right. That was... Yeah, like, I just, like, stopped organizing these properly. Yeah, Mickey should be with all the other Mickeys. I don't know why I had... That's crazy. It's crazy I got 3... Like, this is insane to me. I got 3 Musketeer Mickeys in my pulls before. I do like the double rare... Oh, hey, what's up? Everybody's here. So we're just looking at some Lorcana cards. I don't know if you guys know what Lorcana is, but we're going to get to painting. This was just a little, like... This was just a little first shot of looking at some stuff. I wanted to open because I got my hands on another starter deck which had a pack in it, so I was like jonesing to open this. Probably should have did this on like TikTok, but I'm gonna get better, I promise. But yeah, so you guys can see these are all the rares we've scored for Lorcana. I love the artwork on these cards. Again, it's a Disney game that's taken on Magic. It's so good. Yeah, if you've been under a rock, Disney is making a collectible card game that plays like Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, and like Yu-Gi-Oh! All met together and had a kid. It's pretty epically insane. We're gonna do some reviews of it on the channel, and so far we've been pulling some cool stuff. I just love the artwork and the way that this is going out. So we're gonna sleeve these promo decks, get some friends to come over, and we'll do some reviewing. All right, getting back to the painting. Let's get some Tyranids on the table, so all my like Warhammer folks are not like going like, why is this man saying he's doing Warhammer when he's not? I don't want everyone to revolt and try to kill me. These cards are going to 100% fall. All right. And also, just so we're on the subject, every Lorcana pack comes with this little like art thing. It actually does a 4-up to like form concept art. Oh my god, I can't speak. It's pretty dope. It's pretty cool. All right. So we are checking out. We're gonna keep painting our custom Orc Marines. Yes, this is a Dreadnought with a Gretchen hardwired into it because I'm an insane guy. You can see that they've already defaced it, marked it up, painted it weird, really kind of defaced this Dreadnought. So we're gonna keep working on that, potentially some of the other troopers. The Terminators have not gotten primed yet. I'm so sorry to everybody that I haven't gotten a chance to do that. It's been raining, so I can't prime outside. And then we're gonna keep working on our Tyranids. And just finishing these guys up, and then starting to paint some of the jumpers. So I'm going to get to that. And if you are here watching us, do not be shy. Let us know what you think. Jump on the chat. Yeah, let me know what's up. Because right now my stream is telling me some weird stuff. Like there's like nobody watching me, but I don't believe that to be true based on our other records. It also is telling me that my stream okay. It's also telling me my stream quality is like unstable, which I don't think that's true either, but if you guys could fill me in on if any of that jives with what's happening on your screens, that would be awesome. I don't know. Alright, let's start out with some making of some lighter orange. Because that would actually explain why the numbers keep fluctuating. If the stream is actually really unstable, then it might be that you guys, it might be that I think you're here, but you're trying to connect and then it's not doing its thing right. But I don't think that's true. Like, no one can confirm for me that that's true, because everything on my screen looks right. Watch, everybody's gonna tell me like really quick. Actually, that is completely accurate. You know, we cannot see you, sir. Just trying to do some lighter tones. So I took the same orange that I used for this detail, and I'm just put some white into it to do some highlighting, and then I'm going to do some, once it dries, I'll come back in with null oil on the bottom to bring the shadows up, so I can shift the bottom layer to be a little bit darker. And if it was not obvious when I was talking before, I wanted to give a shout out to my local hobby shop, Undiscovered Realms, because without them, I wouldn't have any of the Lorcana that we showed on the channel. And also, I rely on them for my model acquisitions and for my paint supplies and all that stuff. So without them, our channel would be a very boring place without their help. So I really wanted to say a thank you to them. They are kind of the sponsors of this video and many of our videos. You can check out more about them on our About page. There's a link to their store. They ship anywhere in the United States, so check them out, support them. All right, I am concerned that we are not having viewers, and I'm not getting any feedback from the chat, which means one of two things is true. Either everybody's just kind of doing their own thing, which does happen quite often on my streams, or the stream is actually failing and people can't stay in it long enough to tell me that there's a problem. So I hope that that's not the case or the truth, but in my experience, when I see this kind of fluctuation, it usually means that there is an issue, which sort of sucks. I'm not gonna lie. What I'm doing now is just trying to do some edge highlighting. Some of this is gonna also fix some painting issues that I'm having. I'm wondering if this is because I'm doing the multi-stream, but everything has been fine when I've done the multi-stream to whenever I've done the multi-stream in the past, it's been fine. Let's see here. I also noticed, yeah, so that's just showing me that information in a different way. Huh. Hold on one sec, guys. Oh, just... yeah. Interesting. Okay. Alright, so we're doing some Tyranids. Let's see. I'm going to come in with some null oil now. Get some things darker. Oh, that null oil, it had some crap on the bottom. It had some schmutz. I'm going to have to clean that on my painting rack. Wow. That left a nice ring around it. Jesus. All right. Because my my null oil definitely spilled all over me last night. Ah, it's too much null oil. Grab that. Yeah, let's get some of that out. So what is everybody out there working on? And if you are here, are we sounding good from an audio perspective, and are you seeing video in a good way? I know that's a lot of questions if you just showed up, but I feel like we're having some, or at least Twitch is saying that we're having some streaming issues, but I'm having a little tougher time believing that, but I've been proven wrong before. Because I'll say that, and then you guys like immediately tell me, actually, yeah, it's really hard to hear you, or actually, yeah, it's like choppy or something like that. So I don't want to go into it assuming that I'm right. I would rather hear it from you guys. I'm gonna have to. So what I'm trying to do is create some highlight shadowing, so basically shadows and highlights, so that we have a little bit of a better looking a better looking Tyranid here. But I think I'm gonna have to mix up a better highlight because it's kind of bleeding out the highlight a little bit, so probably have to wait until it dries a little bit better too. But you can see it working a little bit better on some of the bottom ones because I was able to get like a nice null oil kind of cast on that. So, and the top looks better now that I've gotten some null oil on it. But all right, so we just keep having people dip in, dip out. Interesting. And I'm thinking that I'm thinking that Twitch is telling me the truth. Maybe my stream is having some issues and you guys are like getting kicked off of it because it seems that way. I don't know. Or maybe people are coming in and they're like, he's painting Tyranids? I hate Tyranids. I wanted to see his, like, I'm here for the custom Space Marine orcs, and you got nothing going on, so I'm out. You know, it's not until I started streaming that I realized just how much if you don't like cater sometimes to certain things, you know, I was saying it the whole time I was trying to get my hands on the Leviathan box, that like because I didn't get the Leviathan box like right away, everybody like on Twitch like was painting Leviathan stuff, and I'm the guy who like came later, and I'm like, I think I hurt myself by doing that because like by the time I was ready to paint you know, my Tyranids, I think all of you guys out there were like, oh well, we've already seen somebody like paint all these models, so like, are we really gonna watch this guy paint them? So I feel like that was a true thing that happened, but I could be wrong. I mean, I know for myself, you know, I'll look at different people paint the same model because you know, everybody paints differently. So I feel like you can learn a lot from watching a painter, and especially multiple painters, because everybody kind of has their own technique and has their own way of doing things. So like, no two painters are going to be the same, I guess is the way I look at it, but I know not everyone looks at it that way. There's like a lot of touch-up paint I gotta do on this. I did not do a great job of painting this. No wonder why when you look at it, it looks kind of funky or weird, because a lot of the underpainting I didn't do. I mean, the top part looks good now because it matches the way that the red looks, but oh, I didn't paint a whole ad script. I mean, I think it looks very good. I mean, like, I'm not unhappy with the paint job. I just think that, like, I definitely can push it a little bit more. But I think, like, as a Tyranid, it looks really good. I mean, now we're, like, really in the home stretch of just a lot of little detail work, but... And some of it I'm being a little nitpicky on, but... Oh. So what I'm doing now is I'm just putting a little bit of white in the eye, because what I find is when you do that, you create a focal point for the eye, and it makes, it's like there's a glint. It's like a glint or a light in the eye, and it really, really like bumps up the presence of the model a lot. And a lot of what I have to do to this one is just a lot of like null oil. It's true. So you'll see I'm just going to be like throwing a lot of null oil inside of places, just to bring some of the natural detail back, because it'll go into those nice crevices. It'll kind of do its job. Since we did we did the apothecary white as the wash for the body, so now what this will do is it'll shift the darkness a little bit. It'll get into some of those recesses, and it'll give us a little bit more compelling just compelling shading in some of those areas, which is going to look super nice, super awesome. Because like I said, he already is looking what I would consider pretty good, you know? And then I just have to figure out what I want to do for the interior of the wings. I had a different technique for one of the other Tyranids. I might use it for this one, but I'm going to see first. But first I want to just shift the color a little bit for this. So these have a little bit more character to them, and it looks like a structure with how it's like coming through the tail. And some of this is also to fix some of the undercarriage, because when you do this kind of like lighter skin paint, the like armor scoots, I like to have a little bit of shadowing. I like to infer shadows, so it looks like, because when you look at it, when you do what I'm doing and you infer those shadows, what you're doing is I'm using the model's natural shadows to sort of play with how it's gonna like light when you look at it from a table. This is part of why I always say that I have to, you know, I want to have a model assembled when I paint it, because I feel like with other models, I've had the issue of like when it's not assembled, I can't make conscious decisions or thoughts like that. So what I'm doing now is I'm just taking the color, the same color that it is, and by doing that with contrast, you can darken the color. And so I'm just doing that so that those natural highlights that I created are already on there, and now by putting this on there, it should make those edges that I painted shine through a little bit brighter, because now I've put a darker, and now it looks nice. Yeah, it looks so good. Because we want to give that character to the Tyranid, right? We want to give the Tyranid like that a natural cadence. Wow, really? It keeps saying unstable. Is that true, guys? I just like don't know, because no one's like reacting. So I guess that means no. But I also feel like we had more people, and then it like I started seeing like people naturally dropping out. So I don't know if that was because they're like showing up and they're like, dude, this guy's stream is like not working. I'm gonna get the hell out of here and watch somebody that is working. Because we had like a bunch of people, but then notoriously, like I always have a push. I always have. It's a double-edged sword, because I feel like I'll say that, and then people will disagree with me, because I just think that some of the tools that I use that are Twitch related, they just don't always like tell me the real audience numbers. And I know I keep saying we worked a lot on our studio, but I haven't finished some of my revisions so I can see different metrics while we're live. So I still have to work through some of that stuff. Alright, nah, I'm not seeing anything lag. I'm just seeing my camera. I mean, this camera always lags a little bit, because it's yeah, because it like the light, when it doesn't get enough light, it sort of stutters. But I'm not seeing that in anything else. That's weird. Sorry. Well, I guess I don't know. I guess we're I guess we're doing good. I don't know. Where are we sitting time-wise? Yeah. I mean, I'm going to try to go a little bit later than I normally do. I mean, I started late, so I'm probably not going to be able to, like, super go crazy, but I'm going to try my best. I'm going to leave it up. I'm going to make it really, I'm going to start doing it, I think, a little bit more based on you guys. So if I see a lot going on, if I see a lot of people participating, it will make me want to stay a little bit longer. I'll try to push myself. I feel really good tonight. I feel like I have a lot more energy, because I took that break on Thursday. Thursday, on Wednesday, and I think that break was a good idea because I don't feel as burnt out. I hope it didn't hurt us in the grand scheme of things of you guys wanting to come and see us. But I'm just gonna take a step away for a minute. I gotta use the facilities, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Had to use the facilities. I'm sorry about that. Alright. Oh. Ah, God. That almost turned into a huge problem. Alright. Alright, so we're painting up some Tyranids. Alright. What do I want to do? Oh my God. There's so much stuff I didn't paint on this. Okay. Sorry guys. The delay is real, man. Alright. Alright, I need to get in here. So I'm using Blood Angels Red. I'm just getting... basically just some tiny areas that... some tiny areas that I'm realizing I didn't fully get in there. I'm liking everything else that's happening, but there's definitely a couple little touch-ups. Oh my God, I didn't... These, like, armor plates, I think it's the... I really feel like it's the white playing tricks on me a little bit, but... Alright, I'm, like, really, really scared, because you guys seem to be jumping in and out of my stream, and this unstable crap is, like, making me go nuts. Can someone confirm that they can see the video and they can hear me well? I really appreciate the help if someone could do that. I know you may be painting and it might be hard to type, but if you could just take a minute. And I respect that. I respect if you're working on your own stuff while hanging out with us. I don't want anyone to think that I'm mad at them for that. I would never be mad at somebody for that. Because, like, my stuff is bouncing all over the place, and it's like I'm seeing, like, massive amounts more of people, and my suspicion is that if the website is accurate, then I'm praying to God that you guys aren't coming, getting kicked off, and then, you know, peacing out. Because that would really suck. Which again, if my stream is not working properly, or it's showing that, like, you know, it's giving you guys like grief. I understand. I'd probably do the same thing. I probably would be like, you know, I want to support this guy, but I also like have a finite amount of time that I could be watching people, so I gotta go check some other stuff out. Ooh, okay. Ooh, that's nice. All I'm doing now is I'm just trying to go through with some null oil and just like pull out some of these body details. And then the big ticket is I gotta figure out what I want to do inside. I feel like I was starting to do the Dreadful color inside, which kind of looks cool. It's not what I did with the other Tyranid that had wings, the Moltres, which I think is the Tyranid that I was talking about. Okay. So maybe it's the website that's not telling me the right thing. Or so, I don't know. Alright, well. I'm just going to rock it and go with it. Oh, for a minute I thought that was Zelda. It's not. Had a very Zelda-ish feel to it at the beginning. I was like, what is that? And like I said, guys, please let me know what you guys are all working on too. You know, I always like to hear what projects everybody else is working on, what's on their painting table. Is there anything on the horizon you're looking forward to? I know for me, I'm like really looking forward to some of the larger scale Tyranid models they announced. I think those are going to be really cool. I know that because we normally do fantasy, you know, Age of Sigmar stuff on Tuesdays, but we were talking about the new Cities of Sigmar models. I'm actually kind of piqued my interest. They definitely piqued my interest a little bit. Specifically, I think there's like one. I feel like it's a guy riding a Manticore. I'm like, ooh. That intrigues me. That interests me quite a bit. Is there any other like GW game that anybody out there, you know, I basically almost just did a Porky Pig. Is there any? What I was trying to say was, is there any GW game that people out there are really, really getting into or looking forward to, or like an alternative game like Necromunda or Blood Bowl or like any of the other like smaller GW games that they make, or are there new developments in some of those games that you have heard about and you're like, oh man, I got to get my hands on that? Is anybody in a situation like that? There's just so much detail in this guy that, but I want to like put him to bed because we've been painting him for like a couple of days now, and I really want to move on to some of the leapers and some of the other units that I have. damn you. That's rough. That was horrible what I just did. Gotta wait till it dries. That was so bad. It's such a tough angle to get in there. I really wish you know, I love the Tyranids, and I talk about how I like to paint things together. These are really hard to paint together because there's just... But some of it is also my fault because I've just chosen... I keep not painting the back of this foot. I've also like chosen not a tricky paint scheme, but because I made their skin like all that light gray color, it does make it so like any like mistake you make, you're gonna see it. And like I'm not even hitting this thing. It's like every time I have to go into an area that I can't, because that's the key, is that I can't really see what I'm painting. So when, you know, that's a key thing, and I say it to people all the time. If you can't see the element that you're painting, it's almost like trying to grab something when you can't see it. It's the same concept. It's like if you can't make eye contact with where you're going, you're gonna make little mistakes like that. And you're gonna make, like, you know, I mean, so far this is looking a lot better, but like there's still some rough areas. Like from far away, I know a lot of people say if it looks good from like a foot away, you're good. But I get really meticulous with my models. Like I get I don't know if you guys get like that too, but I get like, you know, it's the old thing, right? It's like, no. It's like, yes, from far away it looks good, but like, you know, the blemish is there. So it's always hard because you spend so much time on the model and you know it's there. You know the little white spots there, you know that the overpaint mark is there, or whatever it is, you know it's there. You know that it's there, you know that it's hanging out. Even though I know most of you watching would probably say, bro, that thing looks sick. Like, what do you... Like, are you kidding? Are you worried? You really are worried about that? Like, this thing looks crazy. Like, you did a massively good job. Like, don't beat yourself up. But, like, I will always say the same thing. I'll be like, I know it's there. And I think every artist is like that, so I don't disagree with that. Hold on, we're gonna check this out. So sorry if you guys are gonna hear me in stereo, but I want to see what it sounds like. I want to see how bad we sound. I know, so we're good. So what the hell is it saying? Low bit rate. Unstable. Alright, sorry guys. Sorry, I'm like experimenting a lot. I wonder Do you guys feel like we're not being picked up on the mic that well? Does it sound like I'm very far away? All right. I am not doing that. I know it's very weird to have French music, and this playlist had better music on it. Maybe that's why people are like coming in and being like, "What the hell am I listening to?" Yeah, like I most of it was like this kind of music, which I thought would be which was kind of cool to listen to while you're doing like 40K miles and stuff. I kind of dug that aesthetic. So people are wondering why we're listening to like so what this music is called is like world music. The reason that I opted to do the world music is because out of all the music in the program that I used to do music, it was the one I knew this I felt the safest about not getting like any kind of warning for copyright or any stuff because fun fact, but a lot of the other times we use music, there was a lot of like warnings, and so what I would do is I would just, as a precaution, oh, it doesn't matter if it's little. As a precaution, I would just like, um, quote unquote, hide the music, or stop using the music. So that's why we had a bunch of streams that had no music, because I was like, oh, well, I'm not going to use this program anymore because it always seems to put in questionable music or music that I can't really use. So I was like, all right. So I kind of like let the music be, but then I don't know. I feel like everyone else who paints, you get like has music, and so I was like sitting there going like, maybe you guys are, you know, like again, like it goes back to if you have choices, maybe you don't want to watch someone like me because you're like, oh well. You know, he's gonna have not really like a good amount of music or like other stuff on his channel, so like I'm gonna just bail ship on him. So what I'm doing now is I'm just using the technical mud stuff just to create like an aspect of like there's some dirt, there's some mud, then I'm gonna paint around it so I have like a base tone, and we're just like kind of playing around with stuff just because I don't usually do a lot of basing on this channel, and honestly like I'm so trying to get certain things done semi quickly that like not that I give up on basing, but I kind of like don't do it because I'm like, well, I can just speed through that off camera. But we really should talk about basic techniques because that in itself is also like a big part of your model. Now, what I should have done was I should have pre-painted this and then put the mud on top of it. That was kind of dumb that I did in the reverse order, but I don't know. I wanted to try something different with the volume of the mud this time around. And I felt like I had to figure that out before I did this. Now, what you really should do also, which is a good technique, is to dry brush over the mud so you can get like detail into it. Because you can, you know, the idea of that technical paint, I know I tend to use it, I feel like I just kind of slap it on there and then I just like let it be. But the true usage of it, or the true way you're supposed to use it, is you're supposed to let it harden and dry, and then you do paint over it, because then you can blend it. You can blend it into your scene. So you are supposed to do that. I always don't do that. I kind of make it always look like wet mud. I mean, you could do it a couple of different ways, but that's like the point of it. Wow. I don't know. Maybe in retrospect, the Twitch gods will tell me that there was like a ton of people with us, you know, watching and contributing, and I don't know. Because, like I said, it's the Twitch stream itself keeps bugging out and like making it kind of, the number keeps fluctuating. So I don't know if that's a sign that you guys are with us and watching and it's screwing up, or like I said, it's that the stream itself is not working properly, and the byproduct is you guys are getting booted off of it. I don't know. I don't know. Kind of went crevice. I didn't want to do that. I mean, it kind of looks cool because it's kind of bleeding into the other thing, but yeah, this dreadful visage. I actually really like it for the inside of the wings, because I feel like when you do wings, I like to do this. I like to do that on my fantasy models, to have like a pale tone, or like a to have like a muted tone inside where the shadow is. Now when it dries, I may go back over it with null oil just to kind of darken it, because then you'll get like a more you'll get more like a leathery kind of feel to it. I'm gonna let him dry, especially because I put the mud on the base now. Actually, I'm just gonna leave him in the pedestal. I'm gonna let that dry. We'll jump over to the dreadnoughts, see what's up with that model, see what we want to do. Still a lot of detail that I have to finish on this one. I was working on the gun. I'm gonna keep going on that. I'm gonna use Griffin Charger Gray. Because I'm noticing that some of this didn't get painted properly. It like didn't pool correctly, so I'm just gonna go in. Yeah, I'm warming up to machine parts. I was kind of giving my take on them the last time, and they're okay, but actually we could just put all of that as base gray. I was like trying to figure out what I wanted to do for the gun turrets, but I mean, most gun turrets in 40K are going to be some sort of gray or gunmetal. I mean, you could do them as silver as well, but I don't know. I kind of feel like components like this, it's usually better to do them that way. And then I'll have to do, once that dries, I'll have to do a round with the red. But I think this is the right move. Also has a nice look with the red. Oh, I'm going to do some white on that, because I butchered that when I was doing that. And again, if you're having a double take moment when you look at this model, it is in fact the new Dreadnought from the Space Marines, the other half of that Leviathan box. I do not play Space Marines. And I was originally going to split my Leviathan box with somebody else, and they were going to take the Space Marines. But now, because there were so many issues with getting our hands on this wonderful Space Marine box, we decided to go a different route. So I ended up having to buy the whole box myself. So I kept both sides of it. So now I am the proud owner of Space Marines. I didn't have much to do with it. So I was like, what's a cool project I could do with them? And I was on a stream and we were talking about, like, wouldn't it be funny if a bunch of orcs just like took all this Space Marine tech? And that is where this was born. Yeah. So it was born out of, you know, a random idea I had one time when we were painting. And I mean, I should expand the idea and say that part of the idea also was that because and I keep talking about this, you know, custom Marvel campaign that I want to do. I started thinking about would it be funny if these characters like met people in that world in that campaign. So that like pushed me over the edge to do it even more. And now this is Alpha. This is Space Wolf Gray, but I'm noticing, which is kind of odd, it's like not, maybe just because I had a lot of water on the brush. I feel like it's not going on, and okay, I didn't, oh, I messed this up. Okay. I think I know what the issue is now. Okay, I think I might have messed this up. I think I put, you know, I do this a lot when I paint. I forget which areas I did Space Gray on. I forget which areas. And sometimes that's why, like, my brain, when I look at it, I'm like, oh, those look kind of similar. No, I guess that does look different. This is gonna be annoying to paint this. So I don't know if you guys can see, but I feel like it's going on. It's so weird. I feel like it's going on the wrong color. Okay, that's going on right. Oh, no. Ah. Alright, I think there's too much water on this brush. That's part of the problem. This is Griffith Sugar Gray, okay. There we go. Let's just get everything the same color. think that's another issue with what's going on, is that everything I'm painting is not the same color. Okay. Alright, that looks better. Yeah, I say it all the time about machine stuff. I'm like, you have to be careful when you do machine stuff, because even a machine, so machine stuff is a lot different than when you do, Jesus Christ. Like when you do, organics, because machine stuff, like organics, it's an organic form, so like you can be a little bit more forgiving if you have like blending, or you have like something where it's not going completely a certain way. When it comes to machinery is painted usually flat, very specific, so it is not going to be your like typical, so you have to be a little bit more precise when you're doing that kind of stuff. So where are we at time wise? Okay. Just gonna do these purity seals, because even though they took it from them, I feel like the purity seals would still be the same. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the stream. Maybe there's more people in here. Maybe there isn't. I don't know. Hopefully there are. I'm hoping that I'm hoping Twitch is not accurate, that you know, like I said, that the stream is having stability issues, because that would really suck if we were you know, on live and you guys weren't able to see what we're working on. That would really suck, because my bitrate has been low the entire time I've been on here. So but yet, like I said, when I go physically to take a look, I'm not seeing any issue. It looks like it's doing it. It looks like the audio is right. I even did a little check-in and tested it, and it seems like everything is working. So I'm like super confused as to why this this seems to be telling me that it's not. Come on, man. It's just so hard. It's so hard to get into some of these details tonight. But I'm also noticing, so again, I've said it a million times on the channel, if I start to see like errors happening, or I get a little sloppy with my painting, it's usually an indication that I should probably stop. Because that means that I'm like a little overtired. So I'm like doing that. But I'm really trying to get to longer streams for you guys. I mean, I'm at least gonna go, I want to go at least for an hour and a half. Again, it's after this week, I'll be able, my goal is to start some of these streams a little bit earlier, which is the big thing. So if we can do that, then I think we have a really good shot of having a better stream for you guys, because this week I've had to start a lot of these streams much later than I want. I've been late on my time, so I'm sorry for that. But yeah, it's just weird. It's weird that Twitch is like, it's crazy. I know they want to play all these weird songs. I gotta try a different playlist, because when I originally started using this playlist, it wasn't all this like crazy music. It was like, you know, it was world music, so we did get occasionally like stuff like this, but it was it fit the theme a little bit better. Now it's not really fitting the theme. Now it's just like all over the place and just doesn't make a lot of sense. So I don't know. Or maybe people are just like getting tired of seeing us paint these models. The Dreadnought's going to take me a minute because the Dreadnought, it's a very detailed model, but then also because I think I wasn't supposed to do that. Because we like modded the paint job so much. I do wanna. I do want to emphasize the paint job a little bit, and I want to do a better job of like I just want to create a better job of like getting the tones and the things that I want to have happen on there. It's just funny how a little, I say it a lot, but it's so true, how like a little bit of white, even seeing a little bit of white will you know, make you think that a model is like so underdone. Just seeing a little bit of that undercoat. I'm also trying to like even out some of this like tone, because even that is like a little too much. So Balthazar Gold, I want to use for a little bit of this. But specifically I want to use it for, so this one here. I want to make it look like a rusted purity seal. Want to have like actual, yeah, this gold is not mixing anymore. I think it's gonna just be water again. Oh, that's better. see how that goes. We'll see if that gives me the effect I'm looking for. Alright. Oh man, it's almost midnight. Alright guys, I know that we didn't get too far on these, but hold on, let me just get this dreadnought has taken me forever to get done. I know it's been a long, grueling process with him, but I swear the payoff is coming. Color into that little freaking I think he's got to really got to get painted well. We got to do the rest of his paint, but I just love the fact that they hardwired a grot into it. I think that's amazing. I love that that's something we thought of. It's just crazy to me. I know everyone that's seen this dreadnought has been like, how the hell did this just happen? And in some cases, people are afraid of it, but I know people were asking me, which I haven't figured out yet. They you know, everybody keeps asking me the big, like, the big question, which is like, are you going to play him as Space Marines, but just have it be a custom chapter and just like, you know, play them for the units that they are, but just have fun with it, and like, you know, visually they'll just look like this. And the honest answer is I don't 100% know yet. I haven't really thought it all through yet. Like I said, the only things that I originally kind of thought of was, like I said, that they would potentially show up in the Marvel stuff, since you know, and I was making the joke when we were talking about it on stream that, like, technically, I mean, now Marvel does make Warhammer 40k comics. They did actually do some comics with Marvel, so technically, if you think of every comic book as maybe an alternative universe, they are in the universe, or they're in the mythos of you know, they're in the mythos of the 40k plane, if you will. So I don't see why they couldn't show up in a custom Marvel Crisis Protocol campaign, or maybe Dimensions or Riffing Together, which is what our campaign's going to consist of. So I think it's very, very prudent and very, very on point to have them. So I do think that might be the first place we see them. And then the other part was, if I ever get, which it looks like, oh, did I grabbed Space Wolf. Okay, that's okay. It actually looks better if it's Space Wolf. But what I was going to say was, if we were to get, I got to go in there anyway. If we were to ever get, I wanted to potentially start to try to explore even the 40k RPG. So the you know, the tabletop one, pen and paper RPG. I wanted to start fooling around with that, and I thought these guys would be good characters for that as well. So there's a couple of areas that I was thinking they could potentially show up and be kind of fun, and just be a little bit of a force of havoc, you know. But yeah, so I think that makes me feel better because now we got some stuff going. We got some purity seals painted. Just continuing to push the little details because there is a lot on the Dreadnought. And really, we pushed our Tyranid friend, which I think this is mostly done. There's a couple of things I'm noticing as I spin it that we just have to address. Some of it's touch up, some of it's just more washing. You know, a lot more washing on this one. But for the most part, I think I'm super happy with this. Again, just probably going to push some highlights and some washes a little further. And then I love this Dreadnought. The Dreadnought has come out so well. And it's just a lot of fun. These Orc guys have become so much fun to paint and to play with. And then, as always, we did some Lorcana stuff, which now I'm the proud owner of all 3 Lorcana decks, which I'm intrigued by. And this game in general I want to play with and try to go to tournaments and do reviews for you guys. So thank you all for watching, as always. We're going to be back with a vengeance. My hope is we'll do a late Friday show. And we're definitely going to do some weekend content. So check it out. And we're just going to keep moving that needle forward. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to probably do maybe a creative show. Maybe we'll do, we might do some artwork because I haven't done an artwork related show. I'd like to do some of those Lorcana mats and just some custom stuff that I'm working on. Maybe we'll give it a try on Fridays. We'll see how that goes. And then we'll see what it's like after that. Maybe we'll just do some more painting on Friday nights because I kind of like doing painting on Friday nights, and maybe we'll do the art content on the weekends. But we'll figure it out. All right, and as always, please check out my About page. You can check me out as both a commissioned artist and commissioned painter. You can check out our Patreon and some other monetary ways to support the channel. The biggest support you can always give us is following us when you see this and coming live to check out stuff with us and be a member and be a supporter, because we are still working on being affiliated, so we can get further and further down that rabbit hole and get better and better content for you guys. So please, guys, if you can, support us, be our friends, make it happen.